Objectives for today: to solve a 2x2 system of equations by elimination. The learning targets are to find and use least common multiples. Example: 2x plus 3y equals 13 and 5x minus y equals 7. To solve this system of equations, first look at the numbers on the left side that are beside the x's. What is the lowest number that both 2 and 5 will go into? 10. What would I have to multiply 2 by to get a 10? So you're going to multiply the entire top equation by 5. What would I multiply 5 by to get 10? So multiply the whole bottom equation by 2. When you multiply the top equation by 5, you get 10x plus 15y equals 65. When you multiply the bottom equation by 2, you get 10x minus 2y equals 14. Now you have two 10x's. They're both positive. What you want to do is get rid of them, either by adding or subtracting. If I add the two equations together, what do I get if I add 10x and 10x? 20x, so it's still there. What if I subtract both equations? What's 10x minus 10x? 0. So that's what we need to do. Subtract the bottom from the top. 10x minus 10x cancels out to 0. Now you're left with 15y minus a negative 2y. It's not 15y minus 2y. It's 15y, this operation over here, minus a negative 2y. That should be 17y. And then 65 minus 14 is 51. Solve for y. Divide 51 by 17, and you come back with an answer of 3. That's not your final answer because you still have to solve for what? X. We know y. So now pick either equation, the top one or the bottom one. It makes no difference. In this case, I'm going to choose the second one. And I'll put y equals 3 into that bottom equation for y. So it's 5x minus y, but instead of writing y, I write 3, which we've already solved for, and then equals 7. Solve for x. Move the minus 3 over and make it plus 3, and you have 10, so you divide by 5 and get x equals 2. The final solution for this system of equations is written as 2, 3. That is the solution of the system of equations. Example: negative 3x minus 2y equals negative 7, and 4x plus 7y equals 18. Forget about the negative sign on the 3. Just think of 3 and 4. What is the lowest number that both 3 and 4 will go into? 12. So I have to multiply the top equation by what? 4. And the bottom one by what? 3. So do that. On the top, you should get a negative 12x minus 8y equals a negative 28. And on the bottom, it's going to be 12x plus 21y equals 54. Now, if you have a negative and a positive 12, if I subtract those, a negative 12 minus 12 is going to give me a negative 24. That's not going to work. But if I add these two equations together, these will cancel out to 0. Negative 12 plus 12 is 0, so we have to add the two equations. Negative 8 plus 21. Negative 8 plus 21 should be a positive 13y. And then negative 28 plus 54 is 26. Now, for your convenience, so you can check your work, I've made all these come out to be integer answers, like negative 1, 2, 5, 6. so that if you get a fraction or a decimal for an answer, then it's probably wrong. I've made them all come out to be even integer answers. So you can see that clearly this one's going to end up being y equals 2. So once you have y equals 2, you go back and plug that in to either one of your equations. Pick the one that has the easiest look about it. Not a bunch of negatives, maybe if it's all positive. So we'll try the bottom one. 4x plus 7 times 2 instead of y. And that will be 4x plus 14 equals 18. Move the 14 over to the right, and that will become 4. Divide 4 by 4, and x equals 1. To write the final answer, you put the x number first, y number second. If you reverse them, the answer is wrong. 1, 2 is the solution. 5x plus 6y equals 33. 4x minus 3y equals 3. Solve the system of equations. Solution for the practice problem. The least common multiple between 5 and 4 is 20. So I'm multiplying this top one by 4 and the bottom one by 5. So I can get a 20 in this position here and here. So that would be 20x plus 24y equals 132. And on the bottom, you'll have 20x minus 15y equals 15. Subtract, so you can get rid of the 20x's. 24 minus a negative 15 should be 39y. And then 132 minus 15 is 117. If I divide 117 by 39, I should get y equals 3. Now plug in 3 to the top or bottom equation from the beginning. I'm going to use the second one, and that should be 4x minus 3 times 3 equals 3. So 4x minus 9 equals 3. 4x equals 3 plus 9. That's going to be a 12. And when I divide 12 by 4, I get 3. So the final answer is 3, 3. 7x minus y equals negative 9. 4x plus 3y equals 2. Solve the system of equations. Solution for the practice problem. The least common multiple between 7 and 4 is 28. So I multiply this by 4 and this by 7 to get 28s in these positions. Multiply the top one by 4 to get 28. X minus 4y equals negative 36. On the bottom by 7, I get 28x plus 21y equals 14. Now they're both positive, so I subtract. 28x minus 28x is 0. Now I have negative 4y minus negative 21y, so that's a negative 25y. And negative 36 minus 14 is a negative 50. Divide by a negative 25 to get an answer of 2. Now we plug that in for y in one of the two original equations. I'm going to choose the top one. So 7x minus 2 instead of y. And move that minus 2 to the right. Change it to plus. That's a negative 7. Divide by 7 to get negative 1. And you must write your answer as negative 1, 2.